Hi guys, hello, welcome to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because we went to the bookstore. It's been a minute since I've gone to the bookstore. I think the last bookstore vlog that I uploaded was like mid-January. It's now mid-April. So it's been like 3 months, which is mostly because I've mentioned this in a couple other videos, but like really briefly, I've been having some health issues that have caused a lot of anxieties, and it's been really hard for me to leave the house, to be honest. This is kind of like my safe space, and I just have had a really hard time wanting to leave it. So this little trip was not only just fun because we went to the bookstore, but it was also kind of like, for me personally, a little bit of like a really big step with kind of like healing and things like that. And I actually left the house twice this past weekend. I meant to do it like everything in one day, but that first day, because again, it was the first time I'd really gone out in over 2 months to like just do something fun and not go to the doctor, I really wanted to film a bookstore vlog for you guys, but also I didn't want to add the anxiety of filming in public on top of the anxiety that I was already feeling just simply leaving the house. So we kind of like did a couple of fun things. I went clothes shopping, went to the Asian market and stuff like that, which I actually did post on my new Instagram account. I have an Instagram that I've had for like years, but I wanted to create a new one just for us so I could post more about book stuff without feeling like guilty or weird about like flooding my friends and family that don't read with a bunch of like book content. So I made a new Instagram, check it out if you're interested. Anyway, long story short, we went to the bookstore on our second day and I had a lot of fun. I went into this bookstore trip like very specifically looking for one certain book, did not find that book, but still grabbed like 4 other books, plus I ended up ordering one on Amazon while I was in the store. And I'm gonna go ahead and save this one for last, I think. Or should I just do that one first? Maybe we'll just do this one first. We're gonna do this one first. How many times can I say that? Okay, I literally just got this in the mail like an hour ago, so okay, that was not a very good rip. It ripped none of the seal. For the love of Pete, let me in. Okay. So pretty. So this is A Door in the Dark by Scott Rain, I don't know how to say that. And this has such a cool cover. I love that this stuff is like kind of like 3D, but this is essentially Barnes & Noble's book of the month. And I did find this in the young adult section, which I love a good like fantasy young adult novel. And I think the reason that this is Barnes & Noble's like book of the month is because the second book in the series is coming out next month, which is why I ordered this on Amazon. My Barnes & Noble only had the paperbacks, and because the second book is being released in hardcover, I didn't want like a mismatched set. So I went ahead and ordered the hardcover off of Amazon, which also ended up being cheaper than the paperback from Barnes & Noble. So it was a win-win. And I'm not actually gonna read the synopsis specifically for this book because there's actually a quote on the back that kind of like briefly describes it and I think does a good job. So it says, magical boarding school students mysteriously stranded in a hostile wilderness. Yes, please. The author blends thriller and fantasy in an absolute page turner. I love when you can't see the twist coming, and this flawlessly delivers. So basically this is about boarding school students of this like magical university that get stranded in the wilderness due to like a malfunction in a portal, and they have to survive. And that just sounds so good. The very end of the synopsis says, if anyone can get them through the punishing wilderness with limited magical reserves, it's Ren, which also I love the name Ren, like R-E-N for a girl. Like if I was going to have kids and I had a girl, I had picked out Ren as the name. So I love the fact that the main character's name is Ren. But anyway, it says, she's been in survival mode her entire life, but no magic could prepare her for the tangled secrets the rest of the group is harboring, or for what follows them through the dark woods. So this just sounds so good. It does actually sound very much like a thriller fantasy. And also, I got really excited about this book specifically because of a Goodreads review that I read. I can't quite decide if Ren is Robin Hood or if this is her villain origin story. Please let it be her villain origin story. Like that review literally sold this book to me, so very, very excited about this one. Now let's go ahead and actually break open our bag. And the first book that we have is this one. This is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen, which this book purely drew my attention because the author's last name is my first name. I literally never see my name anywhere. And if I do, it is typically someone's last name. So as silly as it sounds, her last name is what drew my attention, but the sprayed edges of this book is what made me buy it. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it because like the glare of the window, but like it just has these really, really pretty glittery, like metallic light blue sprayed edges, and I have never seen a metallic sprayed edge. I'm obsessed. Also too, the actual hardcover itself looks really pretty as well. It's just white. Ugh, can you even see that? I might have to lower the lighting, hold on. Ugh. It has this kind of like embossed or like 3D kind of like symbol on the cover, which looks really pretty. And then we have that same kind of like light blue metallic color on the spine. But aesthetics aside, it also does just sound really good as well. So it says, bound in an unwanted marriage, Freya spends her days gutting fish, but dreams of becoming a warrior, of putting an axe in her boorish husband's back. Freya's dreams abruptly become reality when her husband betrays her to the region's Jarl, landing her in a fight to the death against his son, Bjorn, I think is how you say that. To survive, Freya is forced to reveal her deepest secret. She possesses a drop of goddess's blood. And then it basically says because of this like drop of goddess's blood, she is now a shield maiden who is capable of repelling any attack. And then she's kind of like put into a blood oath. And then the guy that she was supposed to fight to the death is now charged with keeping her safe. And then it says, Freya must train to fight and learn to control her magic, all while facing perilous tests by the gods. The greatest test of all, however, may be resisting her forbidden attraction to Bjorn. So, a little fantasy romance, which is my absolute favorite. Very excited for this book. And I do feel like I've actually heard pretty good things as well. So, I'm excited. Ooh, also, the chapter titles have like little illustrations on them. Love that. Anyway, there's that one. And then the next two books that I have, I basically just got because they were buy one get one half off. And I also have never heard anything about these. So I figured it would be fun to kind of like maybe show you something new as well. So the first one that I got is arguably the one I'm more excited about. This one is A Far Wilder Magic by Allison Saft. Here's a little close-up of the cover. I love the cover of this book. It looks very kind of like whimsical and just like sweet. When Margaret Welty spots the legendary Hala, the last living mythical creature, she knows the half-moon hunt will soon follow. Whoever is able to kill the Hala will earn fame and riches and unlock an ancient magical secret. While Margaret is the best sharpshooter in town, only teams of 2 can register, and she needs an alchemist. Weston Winters isn't an alchemist yet. He's been fired from every apprenticeship he's landed, and his last chance hinges on Master Welty taking him in. But when Wes arrives at Welty Manor, he finds only Margaret. She begrudgingly allows him to stay, but on one condition: he must join the hunt with her. Although they may have an unlikely team, they soon find themselves drawn to each other. As the hunt looms closer and tensions rise, Margaret and Wes uncover dark magic that could be the key to winning the hunt, if they survive that long. The plot of this doesn't sound like too crazy, but it just sounds like a good story. I don't know, I'm kind of excited about it. Alison Saft has written an achingly tender love story set against a deadly hunt in an atmospheric, rich fantasy world that will sweep you away. And I guess that's like why I was drawn to it. And honestly, the vibes of these 2 people on the cover is giving just that, like achingly tender love story in the haunted woods. And then the second book that I have is The Ones We Burn by Rebecca Mix. And this one also has a really cool cover. I love the color scheme. And then the back also looks pretty cool. And according to the cover of this book, it also says it has brand new short story and character art inside, which I love when books have character art. I'm one of those types of people that, like, when I picture people in the stories that I'm reading, they all generally look the same from book to book, unless the book very specifically says something different. So again, I really like when books have cover art, because then I can kind of like picture something different. And yeah, this is apparently potentially a character named Chaos, which I also love the fact that his name is Chaos. I don't think that was the person's name, because this one says Order, and I really doubt that that person's name is Order. I'm not going to show you all the illustrations because I don't want to like take away the surprise if you like get this book, but there's definitely another person, and the little name is Life. So again, I don't think those are names, but very intrigued. Kind of gives me like tarot card vibes. Anyway, let's go ahead and read the synopsis. The very top quote is from Chloe Gong, and it says, "Feral and tender at once." Love that. And then when you actually get to the synopsis, it says, "Monster, butcher, Bloodwin. Ranka is tired of death. All she wants is to be left alone to live out her days in Witchick, I think, Wild North, with the coven that raised her. But when she is named Bloodwin, the next treaty bride to the human kingdom of Isidel, her coven sends her south with a single directive: kill her betrothed. Easy enough for a blood witch whose magic demands death. Except the prince doesn't want to marry Ranka. He doesn't want to be king at all. And his sister, the wickedly smart, infuriatingly beautiful Princess either Aramis or Aramis, something like that, who seems to be the real threat. When innocents start dying, forcing Ranka and the royal twins to come to a temporary truce, she'll start questioning everything she knows about who she's meant to fight for and the monster she was raised to be. But as bodies pile up, a monster may be exactly what they need." I feel like the setup of the synopsis sounded like it was going to be kind of like your normal kind of like fantasy romance, but near the end, it's making it sound more so to me like it's going to be more like cozy fantasy, found family kind of vibe, which I'm very, very excited for. I could be totally wrong. Obviously, I haven't read the book yet, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, and I'm very excited for it. Either way, honestly. Ooh, okay, that's cool. This back cover has like a full color illustration. That is the twin sister. The back of the book has the characters. We have Ranka, the main character, and then we have the 2 twins. Does the front cover have one as well? Yes, it does. This one also has a full illustrated picture, but I have no idea who this person is. And then last but not least, this was very much like a very last second kind of grab. As a matter of fact, I bought those other 3 books and then went to the cafe and found this one, because this is Barnes & Noble's like $5 book of the month. I think it's every single month Barnes & Noble has a new book that they offer for $5. And in my particular store, it's always like on a table in the cafe. And when I saw this, I got so excited because this is actually a book that I have had on like my Amazon wish list for I think like at least 2 years now. This is The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharp. And to be honest, probably to no one's surprise, the cover is actually what originally drew me to this book. Is this not like just so fun and cool looking? This one says, "As the daughter of a con artist who targets criminal men, Nora grew up as her mother's protege. But when her mom fell for the mark, instead of conning him, Nora pulled the ultimate con: escape. For 5 years, Nora's been playing at normal, but she needs to dust off her skills she's ditched because she has 3 problems. 1, her ex walked in on her with her girlfriend. Even though they're all friends, Wes didn't know about her and Iris. 2, the morning after Wes finds the girls kissing, they all have to meet to deposit the money from a fundraiser at the bank. It's a nightmare that goes from awkward to deadly because 3, right after they enter the bank, 2 guys start robbing it. The bank robbers may be trouble, but Nora's something else entirely. They have no idea who they're really holding hostage. This is definitely kind of like outside my norm for what I read, but I think this is going to be super, super fun, and I'm very excited for it. And so excited that I got a book that I've been wanting for years for $5. Like, I can't get any better than that. And those are all of the books that I got from the bookstore. I am very, very excited. Not that I needed to add anything else to my TBR, but again, I did go in just for one book, and we got derailed.